Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So, um, happy full moon. Happy lunar eclipse. We got a lot going on, and it is really early. I think this qualifies as in the middle of the night. So, I just feel like to use it. This is a funny word to use, but this feels like an auspicious day. It feels like we are about to embark on something that is going to be life-changing and completely new. Now, I don't want to get hopes up, and I don't want everybody to think things are going to happen overnight, but it's still all week long this has been building, and even a little bit before. Hey, little baby. And I do truly believe that we have reached I'm hearing the word pinnacle, so we've reached some sort of pinnacle, and we are about to embark on the grand journey, and we are about to change. Wow, I actually heard history. We are about to change everything, and it starts now. That could be in whatever way resonates with you, quite frankly. I do feel like we are getting ready to start the journey into a new world and a new way of being. I know that sounds extreme. It feels extreme. And then we will probably wake up tomorrow and just think, well, okay, more of the same chaos, more of the same whatever, or I'm just going to cocoon and take care of myself, or whatever it is. It feels like the shift has happened. It feels like whatever needs the way the energy feels is that the shift has happened. It's going to take us a while to catch up to it. So even though we will go through the day and tomorrow we will wake up and it will just feel like another day, it won't be, because something has been decided and something has happened. There's been an internal shift and an external shift. In maybe this will help. When I ask Spirit for the vibe today, and hi, I'm Holly, psychic medium, energy reader. We'll get to a card reading in a minute, because this is a general reading. Remember that. This is a general reading. But the word I heard was resolute. And I thought, like, resolution? And they're like, yeah, it could be. That's the way they talk to me. Yeah, it could be. But it was resolute, as in I stand resolute. Resolutions are often what we hope or we wish to accomplish, what we plan to accomplish, but it may or may not happen. When we stand resolute, we stand, baby, when we stand resolute, we are in every last bit of our strength, and I keep hearing the word authority. So, I don't expect this to always be an easy shift, but once we are in the mindset of change and resolute strength and authority within ourselves, then there is nothing that can hold us back. I have a feeling we're going to revisit this throughout the course of the year. It's going to take that long to really let it get rooted and established. So remember, this is not going to happen overnight, but we are experiencing this week and today, we are experiencing the true change and beginning. And I think there may be some other people who know it and they're getting a little nervous. They need to be. Some people need to be nervous because they're not behaving well. And for some people, they know it's going to mean a little bit of a shakeup in their world. Now, that's not to scare anybody. It's simply to say if you do, and you are so called to be in your most sacred self, then it's almost like there's a form of, it feels like there's a protection around us. It feels like we will, well, anyway, understand who you are, know who you are, and you will be passed over. You will not be harmed. Okay. All right. We must remain resolute. All right. Now, and this I do feel like is a reading at every single level. So for some, it will be predominantly their outward persona of what they give to the world when they will step into the light, the limelight, the workforce, whatever it is. For some, it will be a very internal job and a very internal sense of making things happen through your own ability and strength and center of gravity and core. Okay, it's going to take different forms for different people. So this is not a one size fits all. All right, so here we go. I may have to sip on this one for a while, you all, throughout the reading, because it's really early and I'm really tired. All right, I'm going to put that on the edge of the chair here. Chair. Hello, I'm going to put it on the edge of the table here. All right, so I'm going to start with, hey, baby, I know, I'm making a lot of noise now. So I'm going to start with the Idyl's Tarot. Oh my gosh. All right, come on now. I can do this. All right, so let's go ahead and get a shuffle going, and let's find out what is the message for the collective for today, this very auspicious day. I don't know why that phrase is so important, but it is. It might resonate or have resonance for someone or a group of you. Auspicious day. I don't know. It means more than just surface value. I absolutely know that. So, Psychic 101 work. You don't have to always get validation or know what it means. Just put it out there. Because if it's not for you, how would you know? The psychic part is that you give a message to someone that they understand. Okay. It's not meant for us to always understand. I've always said, people think being a psychic means you are all-knowing, and it's not the case. I mean, we know a lot of stuff, and that doesn't mean we always say it. But anyway, let me just let that go. All right. So this deck, when I opened it, or I finished shuffling, and I heard it, you're finished, go ahead. But the deck split apart. It split into two pieces in my hand, and this was the card, Death. So I think that validates, and that is a validation that yes, I really like this Death card too. It kind of has a, let me put my glasses on for a minute. Hold on. Yeah. There's a lot of symbolism in here, and it's not Kali or Kali Ma. I mean, even though she's got the scythe in the head, it's a very different imagery, and it's not quite that. But if you also look at the breastplate between the cape, whatever those are called, the little things, or if you look at it from a distance, it looks like a face. This is just a phenomenally cool Death card. But the sun is what I'm drawn to. It's either setting or rising, depending on how you see it. Now, it also, death can mean a physical death, but in this instance, I think it validates change. Change is not coming, change is here. It's going to start as internal change and then move to outward change. And that's been the message over and over again in different ways. But it's here now. And it validates this, be resolute. And what I'm hearing is that means you're going to have to know what you stand for. You are going to have to know who you are and what you stand for. Okay. So, beyond that, if it has something to do with this current theme for today, or if this is a whole new reading, oh, help me to understand what it is. The moon. All right, the card that jumped out that I was groaning when I had to go pick it up. So, yeah, the moon card. Something is hidden, something from view, and we are in a full moon and a lunar eclipse. So it is under deep cover. We do not know exactly what is happening. And we're not supposed to know quite yet. Someone is getting ready to expand and move, which seems like a weird time to do that, but it isn't. I do feel like someone is moving into a different home. Someone is moving across. If it's in this country, it's across state lines. Some people are crossing over a boundary. It's like a boundary that is changing. Now, that could be within your life, or that could be a literal boundary. But someone is moving. That's just a separate message altogether. Someone is worried about, what's on the bottom? Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, coming to fruition. Someone's getting ready to have a bounty dropped in their lap. Nothing's really coming out. Should I keep using this? They said yes. Okay, open up to the middle. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. All right, I get it. Thank you. Now I'm finished. So the cards, when I open it up to the middle, okay, so we've got the moon card, and right now we are in the middle of a full moon with a lunar eclipse. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and that's someone who is established and reaping a harvest. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is coming into union and celebration. And then we have the Death card again. Yeah, no coincidence there. The Death card and change. So, just take over, Spirit. What is the message? What is the message? Because I know there is one. Help me to understand what the message is for the collective that this will resonate with. This is a general reading. Help me to understand what will resonate. What is the message for those that this will resonate with? Yeah, I think someone, if the house that I'm seeing or moving up and onward could be coming into a place of prosperity or coming into a literal move. So the house could represent like the soul house. One time we talked about how to meditate or journey or active meditation, whatever you do, where you go and visit in this space, a house that would represent your soul. So maybe someone's soul is expanding, someone's not, well, your soul is your soul, but your spirit in this lifetime, your life in this lifetime, it is about to expand. For some of you, that house is symbolic and represents an expansion and a growing of who you are and coming into incredible success. So someone out there, man, good for you. Well done, because you are about to blossom into a phenomenal, and a phenomenal time of expansion, growth, and it feels like that is predominantly with your sense of self-worth, and becoming rooted in your own life, as well as financial prosperity. So part of that could be this house that this moving kind of, it's kind of like, it's kind of like the old show, this, I think it was the 70s, early 80s, maybe, the Jeffersons, and I'm sure it was syndicated in other countries, but the Jeffersons and the theme song, Moving On Up, going, yeah, moving on up. Yeah, they finally got a piece of the pie. So and it's just funny that that's what I would hear right now, but it could mean both a literal move to a bigger home, or it could designate just that you are about to be successful in this venture that you are getting ready to embark upon, or it could be an expansion and not or it could be and an expansion of who you are and just your general success. So you're getting ready to go through a big change, whomever this is for. And if it doesn't fit or it's not what you want, then you don't have to make it yours, and don't make it fit. Okay, if it's not yours, it's not yours. But, oh shoot, I picked up the card that tells what deck this is, and I always like to show that. Well, okay, maybe not this time. This is the Ancestral Path Tarot. Here we go. Ancestral Path Tarot. Okay, I'll put that card that way so I'll remember. I'd like more clarification on that, please. I would like more clarification. First, let's look at, because I'm prosperity in terms of finances or success, those kinds of things, those will play out, and I have a feeling that there may already be an inkling of where that's going for whomever that's for. So good job, well done, keep going, doing what you're doing. Now, this could be the same group of people, but I feel like there's also a group that is getting ready to expand in their personal lives and in this sense of who they are or abilities. So this has also to do with either something you are in the process of learning, have learned, or just an expansion of awareness. So let's follow up with that, because I'm kind of interested to see where that's going to go. That one feels a little bit like it's still undercover under that moon card. And I'm getting a Monday and Tuesday, and I just felt so this is the deck I have to do hand over hand kind of thing. And this one, definitely, I don't know what it is yet. I heard pick that one. And it's also at the same time in my mind's eye, I was saying the word or the abbreviation Monday, Tuesday. So that's whatever's going on. It's going to, Monday and Tuesday will be significant. And this one, but I don't, these are face down, so I don't know what they are yet. This one, I just heard I need to put to the side, and that will be a culmination card. Anything else? This one. Anything else? Yes. This one. Third place. I want that in the third place. All right. This one. And this one off the top and the one off on the bottom. What the bottom they just want us to take a look at. Seven of Cups. So there is... Interesting. Okay, so we've got a couple. I'm really struggling here, I think. A couple, and they are looking over a cup. I think I was trying to do cup and couple, and all of it rolled into one. I must really want some more of that coffee. So there is a couple. However, instead of it being an actual romantic couple, it feels like the king is coming to the seer for advice and wisdom. They've got all of these things ahead of them, and they're looking at decisions, or he's getting advice about a decision to make, and she's giving him the behind the scenes information. Interesting. All right. So, and that's what I asked for this reading. So let's see if we get any answers. We need to see if we're going to get some answers. How many cards here? We've got a lot of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, a number of change. So we have 5 cards here. A 6th out here on the side that I was asked to put aside by Spirit, of course. Hang on just a second. All right, so the first card, the Tower. Everything is changing. Everything. Now, this was about the personal expansion. So old ways, old belief systems, Uh, Someone is breaking away from limiting beliefs, is what I'm hearing. Prince of Swords. You are at the beginning of a new way of living your life and being, seeing yourself and responding and reacting and acting upon situations. But you are heavily protected. Look at the armor on this guy. This is someone who is ready to stand up for what they believe in, and they are heavily protected. But look at that crescent. Now, this is the full moon. Today is, and it's Friday. Very early, barely Friday. And Monday and Tuesday, we will still be in the shadow of it, but it will start to, is it waning? I think it's waning. It's either waxing or waning. I think it's waning when it's starting to be covered up again, but it will appear after this eclipse. That is significant of the divine feminine, okay, and female energy that is rising, okay. I'm sorry, my clothes are off center and it's driving me nuts. There's a lot of emotion attached to this because of all the water in the background. Now, so you are coming into your place of authority, if this is your reading, okay? A tower is collapsing, and when the tower collapses, it opens up the skyline. The moon is not hidden. The moon is starting to wane. You are getting downloads. You are getting epiphanies. You are coming into even more strength. Nothing can take you on or take you down. Ooh, and then we move to the King of Staves, which is the King of Wands. Look at those lions on either side with a massive fire in the background. This is a card of fire. And it could be a fire of passion, but it is a fire of intention, okay? So you go from getting the download, knowing that you are divinely protected, suiting up, and saying, that is not working for me, so I reject that, and this is who I am. And you move into your sense of stability and fire about it, your passionate understanding of who you are. You go from a page to a king. That's a big jump. And then you go, because the next card, you go into being the magician. That's impressive. So you go from letting old ways crumble, understanding who you are and what you're really about, solidifying it and standing in strength with it instead of reacting, you are acting with strength. And then you go into a place of manifestation where you create with your thoughts because you become just that strong. This is the expansion. And male, female, it doesn't matter. But this is the expansion of your abilities and who you are. It takes a lot of work to get to the point of being either a magician or a high priestess. And you have to have a certain innate amount of knowing. Okay, and I'm just gonna say that. It's true. And then we have a Queen of Cups. She looks all wayfish like a damsel in distress. But look at her surroundings. Is she really a damsel in distress? Or is she just... Something is different about this card today. She is protecting her cup. So all of those secure surroundings, and this reminds me not of a castle, but it looks like a stained glass, almost religious building. This is the counterpart. This Queen of Cups is the counterpart of the Queen or the King of Staves, of Wands, but she will move into High Priestess as he moved into a Magician. And they are both going to come together to create something. Now, this is what's interesting. I would say this is a pretty intense read. However, the last card that I was told to put aside that is not necessarily part of this reading, but is part of the energy surrounding it, is the Four of Cups. So someone is not happy about all this growth and manifestation because they're still hoarding. They're still clutching. Normally you think of that with the pentacles, but even with the cups, instead of having 4 pillars of stability, this individual feels very removed. This individual feels very removed and is seeing, look at this. This is just weird. This just strikes me as odd. You've got this where she's holding a normal sized goblet and it's very close to her chest. Okay. And this one, he's like, woo, look at that big goblet over there. It's all far away. Sorry. Well, maybe that's for a reason, you know? So while this King of Wands who becomes a magician and this Queen of Cups that will become the High Priestess in this union, because they went through a tower, because they've, and this could be, it, just flip around the genders in whatever way you want. But because they went through the tower, because they got rid of what doesn't serve them, because they stepped into their own power, because they listened to their intuition, and listen to that, because they listened to their intuition, that is why they're here in this successful reading. And why this is all a continuation of the personal aspect of this personal development and growth. Whereas this person doesn't really know what they want. Okay, this person doesn't, or a group of people, they don't know what they want. They're stuck in the past. I just heard that. And this happiness seems so far away, it seems unreachable. Unattainable is the word. And those are very different types of cups. They don't even know what type of cup they want. So, So what is the message? What is the message for this person? Because this group, and it feels like it feels like 2 people down here with others around. But it feels like that reading, that's lovely, wonderful. But then we get this wild card. We need some clarification on that. All right, so I'm not going to worry about this King of Wands and the Magician and all, and the Queen of Cups and all of that, because they're doing just fine. Okay, they're growing, expanding, coming into their own. Let's get some clarification on this Four of Cups guy or woman or whomever. And we're going to use the light seers, okay? All right. Now, Mother, Father, God, all that is right and holy. I know that might sound weird, but it just pops out of my head sometimes. Or out of my mouth, through my head, in my head, and out of my mouth. Spirit guides and guardians. Angelic realms, protectors. I feel like we need to call in our protectors today because it just feels very vulnerable, the energy. Also, I had this card lying here and it was kind of on at an angle. And as I was talking, it just righted itself and did that very clearly. So I feel like this is someone who is having an epiphanal awakening and awareness. This person is not going to be lost for much longer. Could you clarify what is going on with this Four of Cups individual, please? Because this is not an organization or symbolic. This is a person, I think. What is the Four of Cups, please? Please clarify the Four of Cups. Stand your ground. I'm just getting the message. Stand your ground, because if you feel like someone is taking advantage of you, they probably are. That's just an aside and a separate message altogether. If someone is constantly compromising your boundaries that you have set up and you've said, don't do that, well, then they are not looking out for anyone but themselves. Okay? So that is an aside, and that is a little mini read within a reading. Lord knows we've all been there. We've all been there. All right, so I was thinking about that, popped into my head, and I had to say it, so I didn't get a card for this Four of Cups. So let's get a clarification, please. Hello, baby. I'm just hanging out there watching. I got another one across on the other side of this on a little chair. All right, fast asleep. All right, what is the clarification? Spirit guides and guardians, sacred selves, protector. What is the... Thank you. And they said, this is it. This is enough. Okay, and we got a little chunk here. And this time we got the Four of Pentacles. Well, how do you like that? All right. Interestingly, we start with the Sun card, which should be best card in the deck. But then we go to the Knight of Swords. We just had the Knight of Swords. And then the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so this is going to be a cautionary tale. And I feel like this is not someone in the collective who is, working hard, trying to expand. This person is not willing to let go of old practices that are not serving, okay? They could be walking into the sun. They could be experiencing the best of everything in life. They are getting information and downloads about what is going on and what they need to do, what they should do. But they're going to end up just clutching on and digging in like with claws and hoarding again. So they're not learning the lesson, and they're going to end up going right back to that same old way. Open it up to the middle of this last section of cards. Got the hanged man. Whoops, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, honey. You okay? And the hanged man in this situation means if you don't want to end up completely, like there was an opportunity. This started to right itself. This started to become what it should be. But, in terms of not feeling distant, not feeling left out, not feeling abandoned, not feeling any of these awful feelings. But I'm hearing live and let live, but instead of opening their arms to possibility and everything that is in the light, getting downloads and saying, that's it, that's what I'm doing, that's what I want, that's who I am, they go right back to saying, oh, but I don't want to lose anything. So they start hoarding again. All they have to do is look at it from a different perspective. And then that third eye opens and they see with truth and clarity. And in the end, the Eight of Cups. In the end, it's very possible they end up walking away from everything. Well, that is entirely up to the Four of Cups individual. So they have options, but they may not. They may decide to stay in a situation that does not serve their higher good. Whereas, I don't even want to keep that card on top of that deck. I'm going to put that in the middle. Whereas the other individuals, I wasn't worried about getting clarification because the reading was so good for them. Well, okay. So the message for the Four of Cups individual, there is the opportunity for the same growth, the same level of expansion, the same level of awareness, but you gotta let go of old belief systems. You have to be willing to evolve and grow. Okay? So, now, Well, I guess that would constitute a little tough love. I mean, he had the sun card, for crying out loud. Focus on that. That would be the shift of mental attitude and wanting what's best. Oh, my eyes are itchy too. I'm sorry. That was a little aside. Okay, I think that's all. But you know what? I want to end with let's let's end with angels and auras, because I want to get an overall card, just something, because that was a really good reading, I think, for the majority of people that it applies to. Okay, and they said that's enough. But then it kind of took that weird turn for that Four of Cups person. So let's go ahead and get one card just... All right. All right. Oh. Okay, so this is still for that Four of Cups person. Reality check. And it's a unicorn. That's a sweet card. But man, it's at a gallop. So remember your divinity. Remember you are magical. Remember that there is a special spark within you, but you've got to get a grip on reality too. Okay? So there's that. Now, that was for the Four of Wands person. So for everyone else, not Four of Wands, Four of, what's it called? Cups. Four of Wands was for the other reading. All right, so I'm confused now. So what is the message for everyone else that is doing their work and putting in their time? Divine magic. This is bearing out to completely follow suit with everything else that was coming up. So you either need to do, if you're in the Four of Cups and Four of Pentacles camp, it's time for a deep dive and some reality check time. Or if you are the one that's done your work, you're seeing what doesn't serve you, you're letting go of limiting past beliefs, and you are coming into a place of union, prosperity, and abundance in all ways, it's because of your divine magic. All right. Okay, everyone. I'm sending you love and gratitude. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Oh, this was a lot. There was a lot that happened in this reading. Okay, everyone. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to say with this. So much more happens than what I can cram into the few line, that one little line that's a descriptor. So anyway, be well. Take care. I'm sending you love and gratitude. And have a really safe and a really fun and a really good weekend. And I know there are big storms brewing in this part of the country where I live, so just be safe and be well. Okay? We'll talk soon.